Yeah, it feels like it's been like months since we've had a show, even though it's been just, did we only take 1 week off? We might have taken 2 weeks off. Um, and then we'll have Jose back next week. And we did have the Octant people kind of tentatively for today, but I had shot a few messages letting them know my Twitter got, jacked and just better to push a little. So I might actually just fire up an old account that I remembered I had from a few years back. From like it's actually like 5 or 6 years old, so it won't look like a completely fresh account, even though I never built it up. It was like the easy CBD account that I was gonna do. All right, let me shoot the message. Okay, scooting back over to Smart. Let's see what good corner gives to monkey in a corner. Don't put monkey in the corner. Man, I need some people to come and jump in here and fill me in on what's been going on. There we are, bringing phones up. Oh, Jose's back! Holy cow! Awesome. Yeah, I've been basically completely out of it. Just nice, forced, absolutely forced, time to take a little break and reflection. Jose, wonderful to see you here. I wasn't sure if you were back yet or if you were maybe still kind of on the travel back. I know that you had mentioned that you guys were going to fly back, I believe. But with that, how life is, sometimes things just get squirrely. So yeah, when you get settled, just let me know. Give me a little mic check. And supposedly I have excellent audio today.
Check, check. How's it
Oh
going?
yeah, that sounds clear. I got a felons.
Yep, you do. Live in person in captivity.
Live in person in captivity. Oh geez, yeah, where'd you get held in captivity? We that was really fun. We me and felons got to hang live in person just a
You.
couple days ago. That was super
Yeah,
fun.
that was awesome. Should I throw a pickup picture?
Oh yeah, do share.
Yeah, do share. Well, yeah, happy day, happy Monday.
Hey,
Actually,
Monday, we're
of
back.
all people, Easy, it's good to have you back, my friend.
Thank you. Yeah. I remembered an old Twitter account that I didn't delete, but I had just taken off my phone because I had actually made it kind of in the early days of my Web3 stuff, and I was doing the CBD stuff before that, and I thought maybe I'll make an account for like I had always wanted to do like the CBD vending machine in the metaverse and stuff. So I made like an easy CBD account, but I only did like a few tweets from it, and then I was just way more, interested and consumed by the music and art and blockchain stuff. So I just stuck with the easy and crypto. So I'm thinking I
Not
can
consuming the CBD.
right. So I'm thinking it's basically just a kind of blank slate, but it won't be like a totally fresh account, there was a little activity on it like 5, 6 years ago, whatever. So I think what I'm going to do is just maybe rename. It'll still be like the easy underscore CBD, but I can just rename like the nickname to easy and crypto. Um, it's got, I think, 0 followers or something. I mean, it all still, what sucks is I don't know if it's possible. Maybe Dragonate would know. Like, can you, even though Twitter like locks and suspends an account, is there a way to like get your like the contacts, like your, not necessarily like I don't need all my fucking history, but like the contacts are the valuable part from that account. And I don't think there's any way to like get those. It's just, getting people to be like, everybody has to like tweet out, hey, Easy and Crypto's account was frozen. If you followed him and you want to refollow, like here's the new one, da da da. But that's at least 6 years of organic growth. I wasn't like to 10,000 followers, but I was, probably like 7,500 followers, just organic all those random people from the spaces and the, you know, events, and, you know, you get follows here and there. And at the very beginning, maybe it was like, hey, follow me, I'll follow you back. Like, but so yeah, that's the part that I think will be toughest, is sort of reconnecting with some people that aren't, you know, aren't active, but were great connects that you want to be able to like, you know, shoot a message to a year after you haven't talked, because you know they live in Miami and you're going to go to Basel this year or something. You're like, oh, homie, I'm going to go scroll down or search my DMs and find, you know, so and so, and be like, hey, I'm coming this year or whatever, you know.
Well,
So
really,
that's
you touch so many people's lives. You really, in Web3, you well, you brought me in to
there's
Token
a
Smart.
lot of there's a
Yeah,
lot of touch points. That's
yeah.
and
I mean, and
what's
it's really to
what's
to
crazy is also like I remember looking at my DMs like 2 weeks ago, not like, you know, at the requests or whatever. And there was like at least six right off the top that were like, hey, oh, we see you're like super active in Web3. Would you be interested in a job? And now I'm looking for a job, and now I can't respond to any of those unless I'm in like a new account and I contact them being like, hey, you wanted to work with me. Here's this fake fresh account. I'm obviously a scammer. Um,
dough. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Damn. I mean, it's so insane.
Yeah,
Well,
it's a spanner in the works, that's for sure. Um, yeah, I
trying
don't
to
think there's
provide a
like
little. Yeah, I
a
was trying to give you a
workaround
little
for those
comic
contacts.
relief. Yeah, I was trying to give you a little comic relief there. In our chat.
No, I appreciate it. Yeah, I saw. I wonder, maybe Jose is having interweb issues. Let me check the chat. Oh, there, he did send just arrived. What a trip. Okay,
Right
cool,
on.
cool.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, just to drop this one. Because you're really in. You know, we're really tight with Trizlet. We've
oh
got
yeah.
Token Smart, and
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
it just dawned on me. It could be easy islet.
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 It's like an island.
No, as in is lit.
Oh, that's, well, there's a lot. So it's lit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Is lit. And then
islet.
the islet is like an island. So it could be like an island, like a refuge in the crazy wild west of Web3. You get off the coast a little, you come to the islet, it's lit,
Yeah,
and we're smart about
you could
tokens here. Yeah, no, I
sure.
definitely, I think it's, you know,
We'll
of
all have
course
an
it's,
islet attached to our name. Dragon Eagles. No, that won't work. Dragon islet. Yeah,
it's,
Dragon Islet. Yeah, Flens
an
Islet.
opportunity for some like reflection and redirection, you know, of times and efforts and whatnot. And yeah, I'm
Yeah,
thinking like, well, maybe there's a maybe the, you know, market's about to pick up into a bull run, and it's like the time to like bunker down, hunker down, and build out our own stuff more than just, you know, working a gig. I mean, for me, Slingshot, I love the project. It's and there was great people over there, so it wasn't just, it didn't feel like, you know, I was working some just corpo job, wasting my time for a paycheck. I liked what I was doing, and I think, you know, that beneficial to them. It was beneficial for me.
yeah, big
But
time.
there could be maybe something even more beneficial for, you know, long term growth and stuff. So yeah, doing, you know, the safety concerts and launching the easy money and building out here at Token Smart more, bringing back the crowd for the corner. And so those are all, yeah, there's a lot of things swirling around the old noggin for sure. You know, I wish I had like enough of a bag to be like, well, you know what, I'm gonna take like 6 months and just work on my art, because I've abandoned my art kind of, you know, for years too. And be like, I'm gonna do some like photography and some like lyrics and stuff like that, and like mash it together. But I don't, you know, who's gonna buy that? You know? So that's pretty risky, and I don't have that leeway. You know, with gotta bring home
But of course,
the
you've got
thing.
time in between. You'll
Mm,
just hit the pavement to find do your
yeah,
job
yeah,
search
totally,
and
totally. So
fill your idle time where you can. But
yeah,
obviously, give all your best to get that next gig. Yeah.
I wanna dig out actually a couple old hard drives and see. if I can get access to some really, really cool um just all sorts of like time lapse and like sort of almost like motion photography, like you doing a bunch of stills and then speeding them up and stuff like that. And this was back, I was doing this stuff in like the late 90s, early 2000s with early digital technology, early digital photography and stuff. So like it was just, weird stuff that was, kind of for then it was very experimental, maybe ahead of its time. But now you could, you do that stuff just with an effect. But it was like making, and I mean, I had like a glass blower friend blow me lenses for my video, my like mini DV video camera. So I was creating optical effects through glass and then thinking like, oh man, if there's a way to digitize these and then sell the digital version to Sony and they could have like a funny looking, or Apple, and they'd have like a funny looking face because like say what, there'd be different distortions depending on what type, how thick the glass was, if there's like some like bubbles or rings in it, or if it's just a sphere. And it was literally, I was making through optics the photo booth funny faces that would distort your face years and years and years before that stuff was around.
Yeah. Do you still have it?
Um, I I do still have, I think, a couple of the glass pieces lenses. That camera still, that it stopped working, and I even tried to like get one with like the same, they changed the diameter of like the mount of the lens and stuff. So I'd have to get like a TRV, Sony TRV 20 from like 2000 or something for it to be able to fit on the hardware um, again. But I have
Oh yeah.
photos and videos and all sorts of stuff with that I shot with those different glass ball lens things. So I don't know. I think yeah, I might just try and like look through some
Definitely.
old stuff and like uh, if have a little creative time, play around with some, because it's stuff I've wanted to try and bust out and play with for a while.
Sweet. I mean, I know you've got a lot of art. You've got a lot of, in fact, you were starting to do a lot of, what was it? Stable diffusion, right?
Yeah, yeah. So, I haven't had much time for that. I bet my stable diffusion definitely needs an update. That's last time I logged in, I was like, oh, I've got to do all the updates, and sometimes it's funky when you haven't, logged in for a couple months, and then it's like it's not working. You got to do
Yeah.
updates. You got to like clear it out, refresh it, figure out where the stuck file is, and so I've got to just do that. I've done it a few times. Kane walked me through a couple times, and now I'm like proficient enough to like get myself up and running again. But I bet there's going to be some crazy new features and stuff in there. And also, it would be cool time to maybe, I never got on like the Zora like free trials or whatever, but it would be cool to get into a little bit of the, maybe newer video stuff too, because there's much more options for like text to video and the characters be able to be animated and stuff. So that could be really
Right.
fun for like the silly skit type of stuff that we sometimes do. Um, and then yeah, I don't know, there's a lot of things. I was thinking like, oh, um, I've got ideas for like Nifty Island, and maybe, I mean, I know there, and I brought up like the being able to like live stream into like if you had a big venue on your island and be able to do obviously live music and other stuff, but shows like it could be really cool to be like kind of the first dude that builds a space there that isn't necessarily just the capture the flags and the shootings, but different type of entertainment within that ecosystem. So who knows? Maybe I'll reach out to Charles and be like, hey, when you guys are ready,
Yeah.
and if there was a spot to be like under their title, it'd be really cool to like host events there or something.
Well,
So
we're still
I'm
pounding on them to get, well, not pounding, but we're really hoping for them to get their streaming
yeah,
capabilities
exactly,
going. Yeah, so
exactly.
we're definitely.
And on the whip, he had, I had brought it up, and he was like, yes, I know, and other people have brought up too. He
Oh,
basically was like,
cool.
we've had other fires to put out, but they've been making good progress. So I think that Obviously, there's no timeline like promises or anything, but it's definitely coming at some point. So that would be a cool opportunity to either lay claim by doing it early and just kind of being over there first, or maybe even doing some sort of collaboration, maybe between Token Smart and Nifty, where if there's a little bit of budget from like Nifty to do set stuff and just be bringing different artists and of course you'd work some gameplay in during the event, but it wouldn't then be just a gameplay event. It'd be other social aspects, whether that's a live music fest or any type of kind of shows and round tables and things like that that could be uh, beneficial to have over there.
Yeah, big time. I mean, however, we've got new properties. We have properties all over the place, and so the availability for having music in the metaverse, festivals, whatever size we can even imagine,
Right.
we can construct. And so at this point, with what I believe we have a Token Smart, a TS um, labeled, named Hyperfy. We got NFT
Hmm.
Music Hall. We've got 3PS, and of course, from
Oh
yesterday,
yeah,
we
we've
got
got property.
really, really great connection with Vita. Yeah,
So
it's
I
kind of
know the VTAT V guy
yeah,
just slightly from years ago. We've wanted to connect. He has Monday, or for a while, I think they were doing a Monday thing too. And so we had both our shows were like overlapping, so we could never like come and be a guest on one or the other. But we'd talked about joining up and all it's just always so hard to sometimes coordinate times for that stuff. But so yeah, I know just from Decentraland, I've known the VTAB V for a while. But yesterday I tried coming to the thing from like three different angles. Obviously, I couldn't go through Twitter. And then you gave me the link to their metaverse like page, but
yeah,
there was no like live event. Well, there was like pay $10 to access something
right,
or pay
yeah.
like 120,
No,
and there
no, it
was
was
no just like check this out. I went to Decentraland to their spot. They have a couple spots. So I
right,
went to Decentraland to a couple of their properties, and eventually I found a spot where it was streaming in, but there was nobody there.
right.
Um,
And everybody was in the Hyperfy, and I didn't get that to you guys.
oh, well,
Yeah,
that's where I
and
could have gone.
yeah,
But
I know. It was just like I was totally
when
psyched
you're
about.
doing a show, you don't have time to go check your DMs and like, yeah, it's fine, no worries. But yeah, I just, I'll let you know, I made a good effort. I tried
Oh,
like
I
three
know.
spots. I didn't think of their Hyperfly because I just think of Descent. I when I think of VTAT V, I do more think of Decentraland.
Well, and in that case, it was actually the Digital Food project that I believe we were in their disc. I mean, a Hyperfy, and so
Mm.
it was
Ah,
even slightly more obscure.
slightly
But
removed
but
by.
they did have a full stream going in, and this is the cool thing. They actually spin up it you know, individual or unique streaming uh, pages
Servers
for
for,
each
yeah,
event, and so with that, you just need the link to that too, and
that's cool.
it doesn't really line up with. Uh, I'll have to show it to you another time. But the bottom line is that they have feelers into so many different metaverses, let alone
Hmm.
streaming platforms, and they actually are a business. And so
Right, yeah, that's what
it,
I
it's really
like kind of
incredible
gathered.
what they're doing. They've got partnerships with a lot of uh, you know our peoples, so very big in Web3 clearly, and so he's touched some Web2 as well, a good amount actually, and
Good.
so with that, he just has the opportunity to build, even further. And this event yesterday, of course, was all about supporting uh, our friend. Let's just double check. I want to get his name right.
Mm.
So, messages. Yeah, Bohidi, he's known as Spirit Bear. He's the one that
Mhm.
founded uh, Fidgel Food, and of course, One Existence. Uh, he's an OG that has been in so many different circles. He dates back to early meta rides, hanging out with Isles of Meta. That's where
Right on.
Binks and I spent a lot of time. And in fact, it was kind of you know a starting point for NFT Music Hall, and all the musicians that they were coming in and out of
Hmm.
that space. And so, but so it's pretty cool. One Existence, actually, I'm sure he's seen or heard me play before, but it was kind of like really, it was awesome to be able to play for so many people in there. Sinful Mystic, Canessa, all these
Awesome.
core
Yeah.
DCL people were in there. Other friends out of, uh, I mean, it was just really cool. And so with that, it was a decent turnout. Uh, their their challenge for doing their donations, their auction was more for the fact that you'd have to text into the space chat
Hmm.
or get up on stage. And so we're going to figure out a way to get more access to the actual auction.
Nice. Yeah.
People, uh, more people should be able to bid at the
I
same
mean, a
time.
simple wallet signing API to like put forward your bid is
Yeah, exactly. Or just even, just a central server where, everybody can, see it, click on it,
yeah,
and reconcile later. It's
right.
yeah. But
That sounds pretty cool.
obviously,
Yeah. There, the VTAT, the website like looks really good.
yeah,
It was like pretty flashy, and it
it's
just
also
wasn't.
Vita TV. It's kind of
Oh yeah, that would make sense.
yeah, and
I don't. I always make my own names for people though. Um, and so like just as like as a way to remember kind of who they are and
okay,
like Vatat isn't really there like so VTATV would totally make sense, but for me it's always going to be like VTAT V. um
I love that too.
just in my head, like that's how it'll always be.
Right.
But I'll probably be able to say VTATV, like obviously I can say that, but in my head I'm still thinking like
He actually
VTAT
says
V.
Vita, Vita TV. That's
VTA
interesting.
TV.
Yeah,
VTA
it's like
TV.
Vita TV.
Um, yeah, those
Is
they're really cool. And I was like, damn, the site looks like super slick. And then I'm like, wait, this is not
from
easy to find what I'm looking for, but it's very like, whoa. I'm not, whoa, that's sick. And then I'm like, wait, where do I just find the like thing that's happening right now?
yeah, definitely that's going to be some feedback because if he's got an event in his
It should
system,
be a banner on top that you click to, and then it tells
right?
you either here's the link for where you can see it in Decentraland, here's the link for Hyperfy, here's the X link, here's the like that. That was all it needed, and you'd think that would be like the first thing they'd build for, so that I mean, obviously you have to
I
build
think
in
it
like
was
your
I think it
monetization
was a
systems
slightly
and all
different.
that.
Yeah, I think it was a slightly different scene because it was primarily being handled by the Visual Food Project,
Mm-hmm.
and so he was acting as a service, not as the
Ah,
concert
yes, okay,
concert promoter,
right,
so to
right.
speak. So I
But if
think
they're
for the first
putting on
time,
shows now, that would
exactly,
be totally good feedback for them to get. Is like, hey, my homie came, but and
right, they're
he
doing
was looking. Tell
daily
him
shows.
Easy, be like
Yeah,
Easy was trying to find us, and he like wound up watching Alone in Decentraland because the website was a little hard to find, like the live show. There was something for like a next week show maybe. Um, and then yeah, in Decentraland too, it wasn't like as a live, it wasn't listed as a live event or anything. I just happened to know their spaces and went to like a couple of their properties. Um, and
yeah. You know what? Let me just see if I can
yeah,
drill down on
in
something.
Decentraland, I think there was maybe a Vita TV event for like next week or in a few days from now, maybe that I saw like on the schedule.
definitely. Yeah, so it's Biometa that runs Vita.
Yes, Biometa.
Just just to be clear, yeah. And so,
We'll let them know, and
yeah,
also let them know that my Twitter got ganked like a week ago, so that they'll have to refollow me soon on the. I think I did. I logged into Easy CBD, so it's there somewhere. Oh,
right.
Louis baby. Meow, 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 meow.
Holy, what? Louis in the house?
I saw Louis in the house. I saw Louis in the house.
Louis in the house. You know what? Check this out. Louis, I got something for bro. Let's see if we can do this. Uh-oh. Caps off. Turn on camera. Oh dear God, the thing's gonna do that to me again. So we'll switch to the tried and true. Louis baby. It's Louis baby. So but that's enough of me. So that was a sneak peek, bro.
I am
Anyway.
going to put. I'm gonna invite Louis up, so that in case he's available. It's been
Oh,
a while.
definitely.
Okay, I don't even have a photo on this.
Yeah, I'm scattered. I definitely did
Albums.
not get enough sleep last night, so I'm like,
Oh, and like all my like Oni
click to
Force
talk.
points and shit that are tied to that Twitter account, gone. Like so many things I'm realizing are just fucked. So I will be I think, doing
You should fight. You should fight some more. Yeah, try.
yeah.
Keep going.
I'm gonna try and reach out and see if there's anybody I know that can like, I don't know somebody at Twitter to be like, hey, look, this guy got banned for like retweeting a lot. He thought it was like good to be active, and has just been organically growing the account for fucking years and years, and is not a scammer or a bot, and should
Oh,
be
do you think that was? Is that some of the feedback you got? It was too much
no, I didn't
retweeting.
get any feedback from them, but I never broke any rules as far as like TOS, basic TOS. I know, but I may have like like retweeted too many Discord links or something. If there's like some little thing like that in there that I wasn't,
Right.
completely aware of, they may have been like, oh, this person's acting like a, spam bot or
That's
something.
true.
Because I
Other
did
people.
once, I got like a cooldown once. They're all, you have to wait. You've been, because I was like catching up, going through retweeting and liking a bunch of stuff after a few days. And it was like, you have to wait. You've been like making too many tweets or something. And I was like, what the fuck? Okay, that's weird. But then
Right.
and they just suspend it. They don't send you like a warning, like, hey, you broke this rule, 1 day timeout. No, they just like it's suspended, and then they're all, no, we read your response and you broke the rules, and we're not reinstating it. We will not monitor this email thread anymore. So like you can't like ask like, but what about this or something?
Louis got some truth here. They're crooked.
You know that I do.
Meow.
Oh shit.
Meow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we need to own it and have blockchain backing our fucking socials.
It
Good to
is.
see you, bro. Love you.
Yeah, man.
Love you both, man. I fucking love that shirt on you, fucking felons. It really brings out your eyes. I'll tell you that much.
Oh yeah, it makes me pop, bro. Calms down the
Nah,
gray hairs too. Woohoo! Makes me young.
make some pop, baby. Make some pop. It's Louis, baby. No, yeah. I mean, X is like, in my opinion, Twitter used to be the platform that was the closest to maintaining a balance of of no blocking shit, right? Then they
hmm
block and they blocked Trump, which started to like lean them one way, even though I don't fuck with Trump, like they still blocked him, right?
Yep.
And then so now I feel as though it's completely swayed, and they've actually like they're selling it as like freedom of speech. Elon is trying
No,
to,
it's
but
not.
it is certainly not freedom of speech, and it's actually worse. And when Elon took over, my account got banned as well. I was lucky enough to get it back. I think that when you have as many real life face videos as I
Mm.
do, I think that has an impact. That's the only guess that I have as to why they didn't suspend me. Because everybody who I know that is in your situation also doesn't have any reason to be suspended. It's like their account was almost read wrong by the protective algorithm of Twitter.
Right.
You know, it was like it was
Right.
read wrong. I have a close friend, Yamaza, who was at the Wing Bar that night when both of you were there. I don't know if you were there while he
Yeah.
was, but the same exact thing happened to him, and he's fucked. Like they killed his account, and I agree with you. So like back to the blockchain as we always go. Like I don't give a fuck if there's one person here or 1 million. Like it's always gonna have use case. But like the thing about the blockchain right now is just like they're all botted out, right? Like that's why
Yeah.
like I was so lens like into it and Maxi, but like
Hmm.
then I so like I got sick for a week in fucking late May, and I remember looking at like the following count, and I went up by like 2,500, 3 grand in followers, and I was like, dude,
Crazy.
I was like, how am I going up
Crazy.
that fast when I'm not doing
Yeah.
anything?
So as soon as you offer a tiny bit of like monetary fucking possible benefit, it just is spotted out like to all hell and back. So it has to be something where there's no fucking financial gain except for the base that you build to connect with the people, or like there, like a public square, like they said that the Twitter was. Where's my public square, Elon?
Well, I'll
I
just
don't even swear on Twitter.
I mean, I
For
agree. It's
real.
not that there's no public square, and he'll say it is, but it's not. Like I'll just never understand. And again, this is my opinion, not like fact. It's just what I prefer. I will never understand why I can't see every post and every retweet and every share of only the people that I follow
Right. Yeah.
in chronological order. I just don't understand why that can't be an option. It doesn't have to be the only way, but like that's
Right.
what I want to see. And they got rid of that in I mean 2010, I would say it was long gone. So like that's the problem in my opinion. We lost the essence of like it being somewhat organic and natural in the chronological order,
It's
and it's just
shuffled and fucked up. Yeah.
yeah, it's just completely fucking controlled, and like everybody's selling a narrative that their platform's fair, and none of them are.
Yep. Yep. 100%. No, yeah, oh, and also because you weren't here earlier, also I'm unfortunately not employed by Slingshot Down anymore. It's all
Ah, dude.
it's a great project, but
Yeah, he's
lost the
available.
lost the gig. So gonna be looking for work here, looking for work. And of course it was 2 days or it was like a day or two after I found that out that my Twitter account just got randomly suspended, and then I made the appeal, and then they said no. So
Yeah, that
basically,
blows.
like all the like job offer DMs and shit available to me, which is crazy because there were, I mean, I could have gotten down a list of hundreds, but there was like I had looked like a week ago at like the incoming DMs, the requests, and the top six. I didn't even scroll down. The top six were the hey, is in crypto. We see that you're like really into Web3. We're looking for community manager, this or that. Are you interested? And most of them are scams, but there's maybe 1 out of 10 that might be a real one, or 1 out of 20. And there's I probably could have literally just got a shitty job for like in
From
the
that,
meantime till
yeah.
I find something I like
Fuck,
within a
dude, that
month. And
sucks.
now it's gonna be like I don't know, take a while. Yeah, so it's fucked. Anyways, I just did share a tweet from the new one. Um, there's my account that I'll probably be trying to turn into my new Easy and Crypto account. It's back from my old CBD days and my early blockchain days, and I just heavy blockchain
Well, at least
CBD.
it
So
says at least it says you joined January 20 because that looks like it's not like fake, so that's good.
yeah, so at least it's not like totally fresh and brand new. But yeah, if anybody can retweet that and then just like tag some homies or something and be like, unfortunately, Easy lost his account. If you can follow here, trying to make all the get and connect, make all those reconnects.
Yeah, big time.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm doing it now. I just retweeted, but I'm gonna quote tweet it.
Hey, Trizlet, if you're listening, can you send out a tweet for this show so we can retweet that?
Oh, Trizlet, I think, is at the museum. And
Oh,
I had mentioned, I was like, no worries. I don't even know if we're streaming. I was like, it might be a really quick one, just like a short hangout,
okay.
because there was no guests. And also, I knew Jose might be still like traveling. And I thought, it would just be a kind of short catch up and figure out what I'm going to do with my Twitter. And then I remembered about that old account.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, and it's obviously it's going to take fucking
Well,
I
think
won't be able
about
to reconnect with everybody, but
whether or not that's a
for
good
like a
one.
year, I'll probably reconnect with most.
Yeah, I would consider creating a new one, just just so it's
I
totally
might,
fresh
I might.
and the same, you know, because the one thing I was thinking is that you should have the core of Easy and Crypto with something at the beginning and or end to
Right.
differentiate. But
Yeah. At
so
least I
if
have
anybody
something.
searches on that original name, they'll
Yeah.
find.
I was thinking Easy Encrypt 0, like Easy Encrypto with a 0 or something. Um, although the account is totally gone, I might be able to. I tried to get Easy Encrypto and start fresh a couple days ago, but it wasn't letting me like sign up with my well, because the email was tied to my old account and it wasn't letting me use that one. Then it wasn't letting me use my phone number either. So I have to figure out setting up the fresh account and make like I guess when this
Right.
account is like fully dead enough, I can do that or whatever.
Oh, you mean your
Um,
phone still attached to the other account?
I think so.
Oh, that's bogus. All right. If they're gonna
So I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna
shank
work,
you
but
like that,
yeah,
Easy,
they really
it's
fucking
hilarious.
shanked me.
Yeah.
easy, easy.
Yo,
Look in the chat. So first off, that I'm noticing is your name particularly is heavily botted. I don't know if you know.
whoa. No, so that's probably new. It's probably honestly because of all the new Zeely campaigns and shit, and because I was like the head guy at
So,
Slingshot, that's probably what happened.
but easy. That is likely what got the original one banned.
Right.
Unfortunately, which is really bad protectiveness on the Twitter algorithm's part.
That's
Uh,
crazy. I had no idea I had gotten because I never had so many imposters before. I'm sure that's new. Like they got like a fucking like 1,000 like Nigerians and like all the like people that look for like those Zealy campaigns to make a few bucks. A lot of those people join just for that. And obviously a lot of bad actors will just come in, impersonate like a host, and then start. So I now I know what happened. People came in, were trying to impersonate me as like a Slingshot host and like offering like
Probably,
free
yeah.
money or something. And so they just banned all the accounts. And I was included.
Probably. Yes, that sounds very close to right.
So now, well, at least I know why now. I just, yeah, because my account was closed, I couldn't like search anything or do anything anyways. So, you know,
Yeah, I'm
yeah,
trying to.
unfortunately, I think that's Jack forever. Well, you know what? Maybe I'll just completely rebrand as like W3
So
Cowboy.
hold on. Did you appeal it?
Well, yeah, they said here your account's suspended. Here's a link to like make an appeal. I made an appeal. I said I always try and follow the rules. I don't even swear on Twitter. I don't use it like for politics or anything. What I use it for is music, art, blockchain culture, promoting events, like hosting events, and you know, just like I didn't say like for work, but I was like, you know,
Right,
Web3 or
right.
blockchain, like art and music, and I do a lot of spaces, and you know I don't do like any like spam links, or I did say like I host Discord events too, so I do post Discord links, but I don't ever do like any other kind of like whatever sites, links to some sites or anything like that, maybe like hazardous or something. And then, like a day or two later, I got a reply that said, we reviewed your, reply, and your account will not be reinstated because you broke the rules. That's all it said.
Yeah, that's so fucked, dude. That's heartbreaking. And that's why like I download my data periodically because it's fucked.
I should have, but didn't. Yeah.
Understand? No, I mean I completely get it. Hindsight's
I mean, yeah, Easy and Crypto may be so botted out that it might not even be worth trying to fucking use it. Just like get everybody that knows me through like a little Easy and Crypto account to merge over to like my new name, which is gonna be
I honestly, so in my opinion, hear me out now, because this is your identity. But I feel like you are that green Avastar more than anything else I know
yeah,
on
yeah,
the
yeah.
on the interwebs. So,
Yep.
what Avastar is that Avastar?
It is, well, yeah, let's see, did I
What
ever
number?
like name it? I didn't name it or anything. I don't think we ever
No,
got to
no, no,
like
no. You
name
didn't.
one.
You didn't. But you
Um,
definitely.
what
Here we go.
Avastar number is that? Easy Star, easy.
Look at it for. I'm in your
Web
mouth.
Breezy. Easy and
Okay, so you got. Damn, you got fucking Avastars, but holy shit. Um, wow, you got a couple cool ones here too. That girl with the fucking
yeah.
tie-dye band is sick. Um, okay, so he's here. What is he? He's a fucking. He's a
Well, it's an
fucking.
alien cowboy.
Right, but based. I'm saying, look, I'm just looking at the words they use. Like he's a fucking pink pointer, pointed ear cuffed, hair glasses, iceberg. Iceberg is good. I like that name, Iceberg. Man, but that's I don't know. That's weird. Um, um, male face cowboy, true skin tone zombie,
Well,
zombie cow,
so
Zowboy.
something I was thinking about using cowboy in it maybe because everybody does know me as that like zombie cowboy guy, the like Web3 Western frickin' green cowboy. So yeah, I was thinking like Web3 cowboy, easy rider. I don't know yet, don't know.
You're really flowing with it there. I feel like we're getting back to the cipher days. Let's fucking throw in a beat.
Right?
You'll figure it
Dude,
out.
fucking A. Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I love ideas. Keep anybody think of the greenhorn. I don't know. You're spherically thinking a little bit appointed there. Um,
You know, he looks like
little
a
fowler.
green Texan. You know, he's got his aviator glasses on,
True.
and you know, I think he's he's a gun runner down to
I
Ooh.
always
Costa. Yeah,
I
he's a gun
always
runner.
liked Kane's analogy when it was one of our earlier long conversations. I remember he called me and I was grandpa and cat sitting over at the old bird spot there, Phones. And I was down on the grass and we just, it was one of those like 2 hour this conversation. And it was before he had public school and everything. That was when I think I told him like you need a show on Token Smart. That was the same combo. And he was like, talking about getting further west. And I'm like, wait, what? And he was like, yeah, the
You're
English
using your
primitive
muffled.
boats, they're on the way.
Yeah,
Oh
get on
shit.
top of your mic again.
I'm in. I got my both pods in. I think it's just a momentary
You're
Wi-Fi
good.
lag. Is that better? Okay, yeah, it's
Yeah.
just a momentary Wi-Fi slippage. So Kane gave the keep moving west analogy that the boats, the fucking redcoats are coming over in these giant boats, and we need to get all the way across to the west, like as far away as possible, where the freedom still lays. And so, and I had already been using my cowboy guy forever because I fell in love with him when I rolled it. Uh, and back in the old rolling for Stars days. And so, yeah, and also I just, I always liked cowboys and the Wild West.
Muffled
It's
again.
boring.
Yeah,
Oh
we're
shit!
losing you, bro.
Let me go to a new station. New
Yeah,
station. I'm gonna get closer to the rig.
there you go.
So
Hey, hello
I would.
guys.
Hey,
Oh,
Jose.
Jose made it. He's
What's up?
connected.
What up, bro?
Hey, how you doing? Oh my God,
Oh,
so much things to
welcome
share.
back.
How have
Welcome
been?
back.
Wow.
Oh,
How
it's
was your
been crazy for me.
Yeah, 2 weeks, 2 weeks in the jungle without nothing of connection, and we had a lot of like I don't know. It was a really like complex trip because we didn't have signal, and even that is Venezuela. Bolivars are like the national currency is almost not used, so it was pretty complex to move with the funds, and in the city. The time we spent in the jungle with the community was amazing though. We loved what we did in this journey, but the experience with currency, it was super heavy, and without signal. Actually, we were going to arrive to Caracas on Friday, and when we get to the airport, they told us that our plane was not going to get there till Monday. So we had to wait 3 days more in the jungle um, to get to the airport, and that changed like all our plans. Um, but it was an incredible experience. I have a lot of pictures to share with y'all. I had some recordings with my Tascam recorded. I want to check as well. Music, nature, um, and we did uh, really good progress with understanding the goals that the community has from their individuals, and how we can support them. So we had a lot of homework to do now. We arrived like half an hour. No, we arrived like 1 hour and some more ago. And yeah, also we don't know how our country is right now with all the like uh, politics thing happening. We have no clue. We were in the woods with the Wothuha community, doing ancestral medicine and registering the progress they had with the funding they received, and learning from the community. We were able to visit the jungle. Like we went really deep into the jungle with some of the community friends we have. In different days, we went on adventure with different Chawarawas, with different Watuha community members, and we were able to visit sacred places that I just can't like explain how beautiful it was to see all of that in first hand, and the nature, the like the vegetation and the birds, the all the nature you see there is just like so, like if it was like dinosaurs. I can't explain it, but
Any
yeah.
chupacabras? Did you see any?
Chupacabras. No, no.
It's a stupid
But
American
uh,
question.
but you
We
have
gotta see one.
you have you have this feeling of like mystery, and especially if you are visiting the Watuha community and you are studying their medicine, and they start sharing their cosmovision and their tradition. uh, all of this is um, like a story of the origin of the world, because in their vision, uh, the Amazon, it was like the first place where the humanity was, and where the tree of life was. So they basically have a cosmovision where this big tree full of precious resources, minerals and stuff, it got cut down by some not so cool people, like angels, like demons, and uh, these people cut down the tree of life, and then all this mess start to happen that we have today.
Oh,
And it's just so beautiful to hear about their traditions, because they had a lot of mystery, or like they have a lot about of the good and the bad, and not like as we process it most of the time, like in my modern society, but more like from this story, and more about keeping the family together. So it was beautiful to share like that deeply with them for 2 weeks. We assisted to their Dada ceremony, which for them is basically like the New Year's Eve, and they in that ceremony the shaman basically it's praying for to create animals, to create vegetation. Like this is the day in the year that they create the new year. So we were able to listen a lot of ancestral chant that withholds the ancestral memory of the community, and we were able also to hear about the community and its roots and how the process started to spark, right? So something that got like clearer was that when we get a connection with them, like the modern society and them in the 70s, the people that started that contact were basically like the church from London. It was basically a group called Nuevas Tribus, like new tribes, where they wanted to show the word of the Lord to these communities so they can be saved, and that caused the uh, transculturization of all these towns and the loss of the ancestral memory of most of the communities from the Amazon rainforest. We are not only talking about the Watuha community, but a lot of them, and so they started seeing their own cultures as the devil, and they got told by the church, by Nuevas Tribus, to not to do their ceremonies, to not to do their
So
traditions.
tragic.
So yeah, so in all this scenario in the 70s, the father of the current shaman, he decided to not to give that to their generations. So he decided to get into the woods. Basically, he was signaled for from all these like people as a crazy person. But what he did is that he preserved the ancestral memory, and now he's the only shaman from the Watuha community that actually has the chants, the ancestral chants of their community, and the knowledge of healing snake wounds through chant. And we were able to listen more about this previous shaman. Bolivar was his name, and what he did by decision to open the medicine for all of us, the Sabarari, that would be all of us, like the white community, the people from the north, the people that went from Europe, and the people from Venezuela, basically from Caracas, from the capital. We are Sabararis, like non-natives, and this shaman was really controversial because all of their community basically they were really shy. They didn't want to connect with us, but he decided to do it because in his perspective, all of us were like babies because
Yeah.
we were damaging the earth, and because we need to we
Well,
need to sorry uh,
the the last it seems like the last time uh that the cultures of the Watuha were connected to the outside world, the people that came and brought Christianity and told them they were, worshiping evil with their knowledge of the forest. um I could see how there would be a lot of hesitation because all that knowledge was almost lost. Thankfully, there was, this shaman that retreated back into the woods and was called a crazy person to want to just keep their heritage. And it's incredible opportunity, and just phenomenal that is there, and that they're giving the opportunity to open back up, to be able to preserve and share that knowledge. It was so close to being gone forever.
Totally. It was a decision that I think it was so assertive
Hmm.
because this community is made of survivors. They didn't decide to have a easy life, but they decided to know how to grow their own food. We were able to visit the places where they cultivate food. These places are
Cool.
called conuco on Spanish,
Conuco.
and they have conuco. Yes, that's the name of like the amount of land that one man can handle by himself.
Mm, cool. Interesting.
They They call that conuco. Not only it's not a native word. It's more like
But
from
it's really interesting, even just culturally, not being from, the native Watua, but to measure, to just have that in your mind space. Here we measure the land by a piece that is how much one person, or the head of one small family can work. The amount that one person can feasibly put in the work and get enough back probably to feed their family, like that, versus just how many thousands of hectares for this giant company to come by. Like, it's just such a different mindset, even the way you're looking at measuring a piece of land. So just even that is I think culturally significant, that you would say, yeah, this is how, this is the measurement, boom. One of these is how much you could work and successfully maintain.
we are talking about really big places though. We are talking
Right.
about, oh my god, like let me tell you, like one day we went with one of the Watuha girls to the Conuco of her, and we walk like not 1 hour, but we walk a lot into the
Hmm.
jungle. And basically, when they have a Conuco, it's basically that the shaman gives them a piece of land that is basically jungle, and they have to chop out everything from that
Right.
place. So having a Conuco starts from taking out the jungle of that area, and then working the land from, and they do that in a really organic way,
Hmm.
everything. And oh my god, it's so much work, easy. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
oh my god, I cannot do this, I cannot do that, like for
dude.
mm, I
Farming,
was there for two
like,
hours Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my god.
subsistence farming, like to farm to support yourself, and even not everything, because obviously you're getting certain sugar and flour, whatever. You're growing your vegetables, and maybe you have some chickens for eggs, or whatever you're doing as like a homestead, or a family's property, even if it's just for one or two families, like that amount of land, the amount of work it takes to the preparation, and then the planting, and the either irrigation, or figure out how you're watering, the weeding, the keeping the animals and the pests out with different methods, the birds, the bugs, it is constant, like all day every day, from the time from before the time the plants are in the ground till they're harvested. It is like full-time work.
Yeah, and yeah, we were able to see the community working the land with their babies in the back, and with the harvested in the back too.
Cool.
Like, like their strength is so natural. We went walking with them for hours, and they were not sweating at all, and I was like a river, you know.
Right.
And you start understanding that this community, from their very young age, they know how to fish with worms that they get out from the earth, and then they do their own like fish rod, and they take out their breakfast as one of their first playgrounds. And from there, the process of harvesting the jungle, because like a lot of what they eat, it's given by the jungle itself, like they don't have to cultivate it, you know.
Right. I would think that.
For example, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I would think that besides the piece of land that the shaman gives to clear and grow crops, I would think that also, and I don't know if you would have like surrounding land, or like land in that area that's also part of your area, but not necessarily for growing crops, but for looking for whether that's roots or fruits or animals or whatever other things that the jungle, yeah, has there that you have to dig up or climb or hunt or, you know, all those other resources that they're pulling out of the jungle.
Yeah, they were they were talking about 50,000 acres that they preserve, and uh, looks like they are connected with some people that is building a DAO for indigenous communities for them to have um, environment credits. That is not the same as carbon credits. These are called diversity credits. So the community can be paid for the jungle they preserve as a culture. And this is
Awesome.
a Web3 project that is making the United Nations.
Wow. Yeah, that's so I like the sound much better of like biodiversity kind of credits than carbon credits. There's just too much shenanigans that can be involved with just saying, oh, here's some forest, here's your carbon credits, now you can pollute more. But if you're actually being able to reward people that are on the ground in an area that are literally like, you know, sustaining that, like have a relationship with that forest, like the Watuha, it's a you know, it's a husbandry, not just, oh, here's a tree or here's 1,000 trees there, here's X carbon credits, but to have a healthy ecosystem that is, you know, somewhat like you know, where you're involved with, you're monitoring, you know, how the fish in that creek are doing, how the trees in this area are doing. You know, being able to actually like
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah, that totally
and
makes
reward the
sense.
Yeah.
people that are there
Yeah.
actually
It's like you
maintaining
say.
and
Yeah. Actually, it's like you said, and the example that we were told about this is a project that is channeling a Sabarari like me, but it's an old school medicine student from the jungle that is like one of the um, yeah, one of the locals in the jungle, and he's more connected to technology. He basically, and he has like 2 years explaining this to me, but looks like the project is at the corner to get out. Um, he shared with us really interesting information. Basically, if you have a jaguar in your area, that means that the jaguar has an area of action of 21 kilometers. Basically, if you have a jaguar in your area, there's 21 kilometers that are part of his life, and that means that the jaguar needs an amount of food
yeah,
and animals that needs also food. So if you have a jaguar, you have a really
it's
great place
you
for
have
diversity.
right, you have a 21 like a 21 kilometer like span there, a belt that is highly diverse and healthy to be able to support the jaguar. Yeah, that's really interesting way to be able to kind of document like what that from looking at how many like apex predators you have,
Yeah.
you
Or
can
just a
measure
really
some of
hungry
it.
one.
Well, and then you look at like some of the
If he's
like
not
on the
doing
other
fed well.
opposite end, you look at like the newts and the insects, and then you look at like the top predators, and then you can kind of evaluate like how much biodiversity from the top down and then from the bottom up. Very super interesting and very cool sounding stuff. I mean, yeah, this is the kind of stuff that um, would be
Well, that
cool.
actually is a great corollary to what happened when they reintroduced the gray wolf to Yellowstone. The entire biosphere, so to speak, really came back. I mean, the whole ecosystem reemerged. I mean, even the plants are better. You know, without
That's
the apex predator and to help, you know, uh, cull the weak, so to speak.
yeah, yeah.
You know,
They
and
reintroduced like
they
grizzlies too in some national
right.
parks over the last years.
I mean, it's brilliant. Hey, Jose, have a listen. It's for you.
Hey, hey.
Oh, it didn't honk. Come on.
What?
There we go. Here we go.
Eh, eh, eh.
Welcome home.
Woo. Yeah, man, I'm so happy to connect with you guys. You are my first door to the internet. I don't want to know about the politics here. I basically have a really beautiful energy from the jungle. I saw people
Nice.
working, I saw people doing, I saw happy people, and I see also something interesting. You know that basically Venezuela has a block, right? It's blocked from like if I want to receive funding from the states, I'm fucked up basically,
Right.
right?
Right. Yeah.
So
It's
so
Blockade, yeah.
so what these people is doing and in a legal way for the DAO for the community, right? Is that they are making I don't know. They are making a petition, a formal petition to consider indigenous communities as their own countries, so they can
oh wow.
surpass the
Get around
the block
sanctions. Yeah.
shit.
That's
Sovereign.
incredible. That would be
That's
huge.
pretty cool. That's
That,
interesting
yeah,
though. Yeah,
that's the
yeah,
move right there. Like, and then if you have like, interconnecting kind of DAO support systems that, these separate, if they're each kind of indigenous tribe, it gets its own kind of governance, then together through DAOs, they can act more powerfully, but each have their own autonomy. Like, you're your own DAO. You've got this group of DAOs that work together
yeah,
to have a bigger voice to counter the
yeah.
government that's
Looks like
next door overpowering.
yeah, and looks like they are going to work in an app that they can use to vote in an easy way. I'm not sure how that will work and how the adoption will look like, but the shaman is doing a beautiful work to preserve the tradition. The issues that have happened there are insane, and I'm happy that we are able to see that the progress and that the community now asked us for support like more directly. Like the work we have been doing was with one of the Sabararis local that lives there, but now that we went there and that they know that we work, doing the music, we explain that we get the donations from our friends that listen to the music we do and the things that moves our world, and they really resonate with that in their way to see things. Like
That's awesome.
somehow,
Sounds it,
like the music that I do, or like the music, yeah, the music I do with Vanessa, it's like our own conuco. So it's like
yeah,
they do
but it's
medicine to work the
it's like
conuco.
a connecting the roots to the wireless Canuco. It's planting the seeds of connection. That's so awesome. It sounds like, just a really positive move and like positive evolution in this, this epic journey that is actually making like real, like it's so cool to be able to have these, uh virtual roots and know that there's like actual positive momentum coming from some of this um all crazy
Yeah,
digital realm as well.
yeah, yeah. Also we did some planification. Vanessa and I had an idea, doing an NFT art collaboration with the community and with our friends in the city. Like that will be like a Sabarari Chawarawa collection. Like
Ooh,
the
nice. Yeah.
yeah. So basically, the work would be this community makes a type of seat that they use for the ceremonies. This type of seat, it has a full cosmovision inside. It's a piece of artisany that represents the tepuis, the sacred mountains from the Amazon that has a flat peak that I tell you about, that they have like a donut hole in the middle and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
these seats they do represent the tepui, because that's where the shaman sits when he's visualizing the territory and praying for the territory. So these seeds, I basically thought like it would be wonderful if we can do an intervention of those seeds made by them to with other friends of us that works the wood, and I can put the artesano song into the piece. So I explained it to them the idea, and basically, one of the son of the shaman, he even told that even the shaman can make one of those seats, and the collection can be so beautiful, like because all the seats will be different and will be made of wood that they get in the jungle. We already saw that part of that process, and maybe that idea will help them to get the tools for all of them to have the opportunity to make their own seats, because basically they have just a couple of tools and they borrow to each other, but that also can create, if they want to work all of them, or if the tool got damaged, then how they can like
Yeah,
recover
yeah.
it. Yeah, so maybe if we do this collection, it's a piece of art that can actually help them through crypto. So we are going to think more about that, but we basically got a green light with that. Like they enjoyed the
Very
idea.
cool.
Yeah,
Question.
amazing.
It when you say seeds, are they actual seeds from a tree that
Tú
they're
dices
carving on,
silla.
or they're
Tú dices no, no, silla,
oh,
una
oh,
silla,
okay.
seats.
Understand.
Sorry,
Seeds. I thought you said
un
seeds like
asiento.
semilla. And yeah, I thought
Sí,
you said seeds like semilla, and I was thinking, oh, sometimes you can't like ship semillas. So, but if it's just wooden silla, like a chair, a little seat, then totally. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Awesome. Yeah, it'd be really, really cool to take, something like that that's part of their culture, be able to share it out, and also be able to, like you said, maybe that it can provide more of the tools so that they can have more to be able to work with. Like you said, yeah, there's some, tools are super valuable, and then when someone else has it, you can't use it in that time. If it breaks or something like that, then you're like, oh, and if you can't get a new one for a while, or it's just it'd be really cool to be able to uh, have like, or like, a workshop with like a set of them that are sort of, for multiple people to be able to use, but it's like, you get on the list and you get to use it for the until it gets done, and then it goes to the next person. But yeah, and then also if they're making those, I'm sure there might be other opportunities to be able to maybe monetize by selling some of those. You get some of those into town when you go in, and they can sell them to via blockchain, and maybe other ways via
Yeah.
more local
Digitals. Hey,
digital, digiphysical.
just really quick, this whole concept of uh, you know the native tribes, or perhaps even a consortium, multiple tribes coming together to create a sovereign state. Um, there is an interesting example. I'm not exactly sure how far along they've gotten, but apparently they they have signed in with indigenous tribes in the United States to be written in on treaties for this project. It's called Battery Coin, and I dropped the links in the chat. And it's really fascinating what they're doing. They're kind of all over the place in my book. They're covering a lot of ground, from AI to biomass to create biochar, and they're all over graphene.
Oh,
It's
biochar
really,
is the key
yeah,
to the world's success.
absolutely right. And
I worked on a farm, and the main thing we were doing was inoculating biochar, um, with this,
you
secret
know,
tea brew. We had
this is a
all
really
sorts of acid
interesting
off
aha
plants.
moment too. Well, I'm sorry, I'll let you finish with that, but go.
No, no, go, aha, do it.
Well, because hello, you've got a lot of biomass in the Amazon.
Me, I'm that fat? No,
Yeah, you do. Yeah, well, that's a
Oh my
different kind
god,
of mask.
guys,
And
it was
and
so amazing. It was so dense and it was
yeah,
so sacred. We had a couple of videos. We are going to work on we are going to work work on that. Me okay. Sorry guys. But yeah, it was amazing. There was even like scary animals that sting you, like bites you,
ooh, yeah.
like the tabano, for example. Tabano, he bites you
picture.
and he
Need a
puts the
picture.
eggs. He puts the
Ooh,
eggs inside you. Yeah,
the
Oh
I
bot,
no,
got
like a
bite.
they're
bot
I
fly.
yeah, those things. Yeah,
It's
that's
like a
yeah.
really bad fly.
Yeah,
Mm.
and then the thing's biting you from the inside out. The grub, the
Yeah,
baby it puts in you,
hmm they're like
eats a little
parasites.
hole.
Yeah, little
Mm.
Yeah,
parasites. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Nice.
I love the sillas. Me encanta los
Yeah.
sillas.
Oh yeah. So if you see these sillas, you have like different interventions, like in the
The styles, the patterns,
legs.
yeah, it's and different. Just like, but I love the shape. It looks so comfortable for like sitting at the garden and like weeding almost. It's like it looks like a great like kind of sitting and working on a marshmallow s'more stick, or it's like they're so
Oh
artistic,
man,
but they
yeah.
also just
That's
the height and like stuff is so
Oh,
it's
cool, and the curve.
oh man, we gotta have
yeah, it's so
Rizzle
great.
Fest should make them. Yeah. Sorry.
Haha, that would be amazing. And like you do the medicine, and these are the seats where you sit and you got into Kwame Kiachi posture. That is the strength in the heart posture, where you just release yourself to the medicine process and just don't step up again till the process happens in your body. And it's just part of this of the cosmovision. So the idea will be like, for the people that collects these, they can get to know more about the community, they can get to know more about the person who made the bench, and they can know more about the artist that intervened the piece from the city, that
Cool.
they are like
Yeah.
Sabarari students, yeah, basically friends of us that we want to onboard to crypto too.
Yeah. And then
And
if you're
yeah.
a early SIA holder, if you if you make it to the University of Ancestral Knowledge, you could maybe even meet the person that made your seat. Mhm.
Oh, that's totally like a possibility. Like if you come to the community, you will meet whoever made your bench, and they
Yeah,
are just amazing, amazing people. I cannot stress that enough. Like I
I
went
bet.
so I had
I
a
can only
so
imagine.
beautiful experience. They are so pure dudes that are hunters, and they are just so happy about sharing with us, because they know that we go to study with their grandfather, because
Hmm.
they know that it's not easy, they know it's not easy to get there. Some of
Yeah,
them
yeah.
they never saw, some of them they never saw the sea or the city before, so they asked us if the city has conuco. They asked us if we have conuco in the city, and
Wow.
how are if we have rivers in the city, like where do we get our water, like if
Right.
how do we get our food, like they live inside the community. The grandfather have taken care, so they keep and stick to the abundance of the jungle, so they don't feel scared like I felt scared when I walk in the
Hmm. Hmm.
jungle. That is their mother. It's their mother, and they just feel it as how nutritious this mother is, and
And they
they just
probably
love it.
know, like when yeah, that's your mother, that's your home. You know every little plant and tree and where this bug lives and where that animal lives and where to watch out for this snake and
Yeah,
exactly the river. Where do you get your food? Like if you don't have rivers, then yeah, how do you get your water?
yeah, yeah.
How do you survive in a
You know,
city? Like, mhm.
yeah, and you know that one of them, our friend Chicho, he told us like "Do you want to see a spider, guys?" And we were like,
Mhm.
"Oh my god, yes!"
Mhm.
Because this is the biggest spider ever, you know.
Oh my God.
And
Yikes.
he went to grab like a stick, a flexible stick, more like a cord, but really
Like a
tensed,
wire.
and
Yeah.
he like a wire, and he started putting that wire into the different holes in the jungle that he knew they are the houses of spiders.
Oof.
And they have a technique to make that, because this is a really aggressive tarantula.
Yeah, the
And
ones that come
they
out of the holes and attack are super fast. They're like, and they'll even
yes,
like they
yes,
like hide their holes. Like they pop out and just snap.
yes,
Crazy scary.
yes, yes. And he made that like 5 times so we can see the spider attacking the stick. And he
Oh.
explained it to us about that spider. We went looking into the jungle, like we were getting back from a big trip we did, and
Mm-hmm.
then he started poking at the holes, and we found one. So he told us like, beware, and he started moving the stick, and then he pulled out, and the spider went out completely, and so fast. I was like, oh my god, if this spider has a different instinct, like chasing you all your life, all his life, it's like we are condemned. We are condemned.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, this is horrible.
But think if you just put your foot, your bare foot right in front of that hole because you don't know, or they
Oh,
know.
shut up.
Uh that thing would
Shut
just
up.
munch. You would just But yeah, I saw a thing that was like
Yeah.
talking about prehistoric before the dinosaurs. It was even more scary because you had like giant spiders and stuff that would like the size of a dog that would be that aggressive and chase like if people were around at that time, you would have been fighting off like dog sized like scorpions and spiders just like yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, like the first King Kong movie.
Totally.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god. Yeah. So he told us that the males, the
hmm
tarantula males has like a bird, and that the women are like more simplistic in their colors. The men's has sometimes like purple and red
Mm.
in the fur, and the women's are just like brown, and they eat tarantula, but just the woman. And the one we found, it was a male. But if it was a
Mm.
woman, we were going to
Oh,
taste that spider
so
too,
the
because
colorful male, that's interesting that the brown female you can eat, but the male that has like the red and purple that's warning you that you can't eat it, somehow the male is like toxic. That's really interesting. It's crazy.
maybe it's like you said, yes. So they eat the tarantula, and other day we were sharing with another community member, and we went to this like river where I actually recorded part of the songs I
Mhm.
recorded. Another thing is that I think that I fucked up the recordings. Like I think I recorded really bad with the Tascam. I
Oh.
think I didn't do a good job. Yeah, I still have to check it out, but I had a lot of peaks, and I tried to work there with the audio and change the
Mm.
settings, but
Might
I
be
don't
the
know.
type
I have
of
to hear.
microphone, might be the type of microphone too, depending on what like environment you're in, because very different recording in like a studio environment or something than
Yeah,
in a wide
yeah. It
outdoors
was
with
there.
like,
There was, yeah, yeah. All of that was yeah. I'm
still
really
it's
newbie
still
into all of
rad.
that.
Yeah, it's still rad that you were able to bring it and you were able to do some recording because you're going to be learning how to get the recordings better over time, but also just whatever you got, I'm sure there'll be some awesome, there'll be some amazing stuff in there, even if it's not like maybe as long as the take, because there could have been like,
Yeah.
the bass line is low and then all of a sudden there's like a really loud monkey or bird or whatever that peaks out, or but I'm sure you captured some cool stuff. That's
I just sent a picture of Tabano into the stuff. Yeah, it's basically like a bat fly.
Yeah. Ooh,
And
yeah. Those are horrible. We have them in Costa Rica.
yeah, so they sting me a couple of times, but I think I'm good. I don't know. I don't know yet. I'm full of
Oh, well,
stitches in all my body.
they bite too, so sometimes they'll just land and bite you and like tear a little piece of meat out. And sometimes if they sting you, it's not like 100%, but yeah, that's when like the little it's not their larva, it's the bot, it's like another. Oh no, it is their larva, I think. It's a different one that drops a different larva. But yeah, their larva like,
Oh my
get
god.
like inserted off the little
There's
belly
a
or whatever. If they get in,
yeah.
then you'd have irritation and then it would start hurting and then you have one of the little grubs in there. But otherwise, you're probably fine and it just hurt
Yeah.
my.
Yeah. You just remember me about a fish that lives in the river of the Amazon, but in Brazil, not in
Mhm.
Venezuela. The name of this fish is candiru. And candiru, it's a tiny fish. He is really tiny. Let's say that this is the size of your urethra. And he loves to live inside of your urethra, actually. So if you
Oh,
pee in the
yeah, I've
river,
heard of that.
this
Oh God.
motherfucker, this motherfucker will wave your pee and he will surf to your urethra. So don't pee in the river. The river is sacred.
Man, yeah, that is a great reason not to pee in the pool or the river, I mean. Crazy. I have heard of that one
Oh my god.
before, and that would be so terrifying.
In Alaska, my son jumped into a lake at the wrong time of year, and they have it's a river mollusk. It's like a little snail, microscopic snail that
Uh-oh.
basically
Microscopic snail? Oh my god, that's
Uh-oh.
my
Where does it
pesadilla.
go?
or like clam, or it's a mollusk. It's not a
Trippy.
snail. It's
Right.
actually, but
Bivalve.
it 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 bores into your skin, and
Whoa.
it's
What?
I forget what it's basically like lake.
What is foreskin?
No, just skin, not foreskin.
Uh, I heard
You'll have to
foreskin for
look
a
up
moment.
That
foreskin
I was
that
yourself.
like,
would
oh, what is
be
foreskin?
that would be the worst ever. That's close to the urethra, but just the tip.
Well,
Um,
no, it can go
Oh
anywhere,
my
and the
god.
worst of it could go up into your binky. Yeah, no good. So bottom line, he had it for about 2 weeks, and you have to do antibiotics, and
but what happens when it
out.
it bore? It's microscopic. It bores into your skin, and then does it start growing, or it just makes like a rash or
It
pain
just
or what?
it's growing and eating your skin, but it
Oh,
doesn't
it's eating
go
your skin.
it doesn't go deep. So it's
But
essentially a rash, but it's like freaking poison ivy or poison oak, or
nasty.
not even the same. It's like nettles. Do you know what nettles is
It
in Japan?
feels like stinging nettle, but it's
Oh,
actually eating your skin up slowly.
it's just
Like you get, oh
yeah.
yeah, but you don't
Um,
get holes. It's just the top dermis.
yes, correct. Well,
Okay. It's not like
somebody
flesh
lucky.
eating. It's
Well,
not like flesh eating virus though.
okay, I'm gonna look it up really quick.
Okay, look it up.
Uh,
Sounds like a slightly flesh eating virus, but yeah, if that got on your ding
Yeah.
dong or hoo ha, not
Yeah,
good.
that's not cool, not cool stuff. Yeah, and the sounds of the jungle are so beautiful. I really wish I have to go look for the Tuscan sounds, but the days and the nights are amazing. Especially the moments where we were not recording. You know how it is.
Of
But I
course,
think we
yes,
did
yeah.
I think we did a great work. It feels like in the movies, like the sounds are so vivid and so different,
Wow.
and if you
oh,
walk, you start finding sounds that you never heard before, and that are so funny. Like there's a
Things
bird
to
that
like start
chirps
and stop
chirps like
because
chirps like he's like calling you, like, hey, and then you
oh
start hearing a lot of, hey,
I have to
hey,
correct. Hey, I
hey,
have to
hey.
correct myself. It's actually called swimmer's itch, and it is a parasite. It's a cytosome, and so, but it is essentially related to
Well,
mold. It's a
maybe
parasite.
it's
It's
I think that
nasty.
it's about size. If you are a snail that it's really tiny, you became a parasite basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Oh
do
my
know
god, I
people like
just
that,
remember
don't
I saw the
you? That's not good.
I saw the biggest worm,
No.
earthworm. This is not so amazing, but it was so big. Oh my god, it was amazing. I had to grab it. I didn't have a picture, but yeah, the jungle is beautiful. I was amazed by the earthworm, but I told you there's so much up there. I got told by one of the guides we had to travel to like visit the jungle in the deep forest. He told us because we asked him like, how do you not get lost into the jungle? How do you understand the jungle? And he basically told us that he got lost already. Like he in the past
He's all, we're lost
he
right now.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah no not like
Funny you
that
should
not like that
ask.
but like yeah no but like once he was collecting resources in the jungle with the community and he saw a seje tree. Seje is a big palm tree, really big. I think that they can be like 20 meters long and they are really tiny. So they are like really
Like
tiny but long. Yeah?
thin but tall. Yeah.
Thin
Yeah.
but tall.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yep.
skinny and
They are
tall.
thin.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Wild. Yeah.
So they basically grab a plantain leaf
To make like
and
a
they
flag,
to make like a mm, like
like a
a
mark high
climbing
up.
tool
Yeah.
a climbing
Oh,
tool they put in their feet. A climbing tool they put in their
cool.
feet
I've seen that. Yeah.
to climb to climb the 24 meters with the fiber of the plantain, and then with a machete they took off the seje fruit that they are like they are like big
It
olives that
it
they
sounds like a
um
pihaya or something. Tall, spiky, thin palm that has seeds that are super nutritious, and you can like
yeah,
boil
how
them
is the
and
name?
eat them.
What's the name?
Pihavae,
Yeah, what is the name? Hijeke?
pihavae,
Hijeke?
pi
Hijebai?
pihavae,
Hijebai? ¿Así?
like vae, like valley. Pihavae. No, how is it spelled though? With a pe, pihavae, pi, eh, something like that.
You know what's missing here, though. You know.
Hijebai.
Yeah, Pihavae, like a valley, valle. Pihavae. That's how I remember it. Pihavaes. Let me just hold on. I'll turn my Spanish on.
In this case, I just went to look and looks like the ceje, that is the name of this plant, it just grows in the Amazon. This is the Wikipedia. Pijevalle. Let's go look. Pijevalle. No, this is far different. This is far different because the fruit is more like a nut with a big seed that you cannot eat in the middle, but they boil the seed
Yeah,
and then it got like softer and then can like eat the skin and looks like that ceje is super great. Like the oil of that plant
Yeah,
the nutrients.
it's a really
So
soft but like nutty, meaty flesh. The ones that yeah, it looks similar to the one you posted. Is my
I'm trying
audio
to
working?
look.
I got rugged for
Yeah,
a minute.
I'm. Yeah, yeah, I hear you good. I'm trying to look
Yeah, you're
for
fine.
uh, the benefits of Sehe. But basically, these friends of us told us that he was deep into the forest and he went to a Sehe tree. He climbed the Sehe tree, and when he went down, all his friends they were already in another place. He lost his pack,
Oh yeah, oh
and he
no.
was in the middle. He was in the middle of nowhere, so he started to find the path. He didn't know where he was because he told us that he is from another Watuha community, and then he moved to this community like about
So he didn't
four
know
years
the
ago.
area like as well.
He
Yeah.
didn't know yeah, he didn't know the area, and he got lost. So he got lost for a couple of hours. He already had
That's
the
not too
sehe
bad.
fruit. No, I mean it was a no. He got lost for a whole day, but
Oh,
he yeah, he got lost for a whole day. But for the first hours, he started to try to get like position himself through getting aligned with the mountains he know are near the community. So he started to walk towards those directions, but without finding any path, till he went really deep into another different direction and he found a house. And the house inside the jungle had already some food, like some yuca, some cassava, and he had the sehe. So, and it was already almost night, so he went to a river he found nearby to take a bath. He found tarantula, so he make a fire. Thankfully, he had a lighter with him. He told us,
thank God.
and
Yeah.
he made a fire in the house that had food, but he never saw that house before. And he did a fire. He ate the tarantula. He ate the sehe. He ate the cassava. At the next day, he started walking through a path that he found, and he found a really old lady that it went. She got scared by him, and then she
Oh,
understood that he was lost, and she told us that he was nearby another community, like he moved a lot from the previous area he was. So he got told how to get back to his community, and when he arrived, he had to go back to the place where he got lost in the first time because all the
right.
community was looking for
O-
him.
he went like the opposite way and like traveled super fast. It sounds like a super cool adventure, kind of. Not. It looks like afterwards you're like, wow, that I handled. That was an adventure. But during it would probably be pretty scary. Good thing he had the lighter. It would be more scary. But yeah,
Yeah,
I
and
I you
actually
know
they are. Yeah.
I can't imagine being lost in somewhere like the Amazon. Most places, even if you get far out in nature, if you just go downhill to a river and follow that river to a bigger river, eventually you're going to find a road, a highway, a cabin, a house, some type of civilization. Or like if you know, okay, I know that big mountain, there's a big city that, over at the base of that mountain. Like if you know a big thing, like it's you just have to keep pushing in the direction you think is right. But yeah, in a place where there's just massive swaths of jungle and river after river after river
It's
that
massive.
that
It's
could be
massive. It's
nobody.
so
There's
massive.
no like he's so lucky he found that house because you could go for so long like before there is no roads. It's like so there isn't like yeah, if you're lost, just follow the river and eventually you'll find civilization. You can't do that there. You'd walk for months.
Yeah, it's just like that. It's just like that that the day we returned from those trips, I was thinking about the jungle. I realized that there are infinite places so beautiful and different as the one I met, and I started having like big, like goosebumps, and then I almost cried of being like overwhelmed by the fact of so much beauty and chaos, and by the
Right.
fact that they
And
see
the fact that
that
it's
as their
hidden from the
mother.
world, but that it's also hidden from most of the world. I mean, not hidden in a sense that it's like, oh, nobody knows there's you know, just incredibly vast amount of jungle and forest, even though it's being cut down at an incredible rate too. But there's still so much left, and they just, you know,
Yeah,
if you haven't been to like a large forest or something at least, there's no way to fathom it. And if you haven't, like, you know, like you've been lucky enough to actually get into the edges of it and then be able to fathom how much really on the ground beauty and diverse life there is, it's like most people just won't ever even have that thought, that realization.
it's so vast. And grandfather shared with us that he had traveled different countries with indigenous communities. The first time like they traveled, they went to Canada, and for them, they were like a really big like cultural shock because of the weather,
I bet.
and
Wow, I was gonna say it's cold up there.
they wanted to try to. They started walking barefoot in the snow for 5 minutes, just like
Right.
5 minutes, and they
Just to
stopped us. But
see.
they wanted to try that. Yeah,
Yeah,
they wanted to
no
try that,
way. You'll lose your toes, and you know,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and they talked about us about Canada with so much joy about the cold, and then they told us that they were at California. They
Oh,
told us they
really?
know about California. Yeah, they
Do you
visited
know?
California.
Do you know what part? There's so many different tribes because California is so big too. But I wonder, yeah, I wonder if it was
Yeah,
like central or southern or northern because at least there's some, you know, if it was like
I'm not
what?
sure. I'm not sure, but I think that we can set up an invitation for the grandfather in California in the right way, and I think that can
Yeah,
be interesting.
I have a permanent invite to oh, what was the tribe? It's right. It's actually a tribe that had uh lived in the Yosemite Valley. It was where they're from, and they have, you know, that's now national park, but they were given land right outside of it that's incredibly beautiful. And once me and my buddy and his dad were on a camping trip down to Yosemite, and um the campgrounds were all full. And this was, I mean, now you have to make a reservation 2 years in advance to camp there or something. But this was back in the day when you used to be able to like show up sometimes and just camp. And we showed up and it was full. So we went in for the day, and we had picked up some a couple guys hitchhiking, and they were Native Americans, and my buddy's part Native American too, and then we dropped them off, and then we went to the into the Yosemite all day, and then we came back out, and we left the park, and we are gonna just go camping at this other spot we knew that was just up over the pass, but it was a ways. We were gonna be getting there super late, so we wound up picking up these guys again, and taking them, you know, like out off the other side. So they had probably been trying to get a ride all day, and they just invited us to come and actually stay on their, you know, their like res land there. And they were doing, it was for like a lot of people were traveling there for a ceremony. I wish I could remember the name, but it's where the like uh the young women are coming of age and are honored and like coming off the mountain. And so we were invited to stay and camp there and do, like, you know, they were doing like 3 days of sweat lodges. We just stayed like a day and a night and a day, but we were invited into the sweat lodge, and you know, it was an incredible experience to, you know, hear the chants that they've been doing for thousands of years. And they didn't open the door between the third and fourth round because they had invited in a grandmother spirit, and then you don't open it, so you get a double whammy. And it was hot, man. It was pretty like psychedelic experience.
Okay.
to be wallowing in the mud and
Oh my
sweat
god.
vomit, hearing those chants and getting like
Yeah.
whacked with like herb sticks and stuff. And then yeah, we spent the night and then hung out the next day and then we left to go continue our camping trip, but they kind of gave us a permanent invite. It was
Oh,
really
that's
cool.
beautiful, Easy.
Yeah,
I think that you should come. You should come, and we should connect, and we should do something like that.
it'd be amazing. Yeah, yeah, I'm 100% for it.
Yeah. And I already got some clarity about how you can come. So basically, you have to go to Colombia, and then you cross the frontier, and we got you covered up with that because they already had people in the other side of the frontier and in this side to
Oh,
help
right
you
on.
over to move.
I've got
So
friends in
that
Colombia. Loro, Masna, Lorenzo. Masna I went, he's the one that had all the connections in Medellin from, from growing up in Colombia before he moved to the States as like a teenager. And we went down and that was the first stop on the Key to Crypto onboarding tours was Medellin. We did the first Web3 like mini conference in Medellin. So that I definitely got some connections as well there. But yeah, I'm
yeah,
sure if
I
they've
think
they've probably got it pretty covered.
I think I think they are invited to come too by that time.
That would be awesome. I'm not sure. I actually got to talk to Laura because he actually recently launched a pretty dope project that he had been working on for a while. It's like a really interesting collage type PFP. Like there's definitely the graffiti aspects, but he went very like
Yeah.
artistic with it. Uh, but yeah,
Or
he
uh, I had some bad news. Or guitars got damaged, both of them.
oh no,
Uh,
that's very
my
sad.
guitar got my guitar got mushroom, got some
Oh,
mushroom
Oh,
because
wet.
it yeah
it's so
because
humid.
one of this yeah it's so humid, but I also broke one of the strings in the first day, so I stopped playing and I didn't went to check out
Oh,
the guitar
to like
again.
open it
So
every
yeah,
day and like kind of air it
yeah,
out or wipe it
I'm
down.
sabarari,
Oh,
sabarari, sabarari. Yeah, I'm learning, but I think it's okay. I think it's okay because already it's out there here.
right.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Run a hair dryer.
Vanessa's the one of Vanessa fell down, and I think that it fell. It was my fault. It happened to me in the river,
Oh,
and I think that one of the woods that make the resonance it's slightly out because
Oh, so
when we play the G string, we get like wood resonance from the intern bots, and it's
right. So it's
pretty.
like delaminated and like just like maybe half or part of it's like not fully
Yes,
glued on
it's
still.
maybe half. It's maybe half, and
Right.
actually there was a couple of times when we were playing and it was nothing happening. So maybe it has some fits we can do quick, us with maybe some
Oh,
glue, but we still don't know. We just arrived today, but yeah, no music today
well,
from my side, guys.
that's sad, but I bet yours will, just kind of bounce back once it gets to breathe a little of the drier air, and then you get new strings, and I bet it'll be back in business. But yeah, it sounds like a maybe not too bad if you can, yeah, get somebody who has the tools that have the right angles to maybe get that but batten, that little like wooden batten glued back in there with your tools.
Yeah, totally. Well, I think I owe you a better recap from the next days. I'm really tired.
yeah.
I
Oh
would love to
man,
listen some music from Felons if he's down.
Yeah.
I know he's got a little flex wrist, but Felons, you did promise at least a tune. And yeah, it's awesome. I'm so glad that the timing worked out to where, we were on and you just got back literally. And yeah, so I understand probably have a lot to kind of do and probably just need to rest. But yeah, we'll get a
Oh, I
tune.
need to rest.
We'll squeeze a tune out
Vanessa,
of Felons
Vanessa,
here.
Yeah, my wrist is
Yeah.
feeling better.
Vanessa got
Last
Vanessa
night
got some.
I overdid it. Just trying to stretch out my wrist for the show that I did last night, and I strained my tendon again. Same thing that happened to me a couple of years ago. But I'm doing good. So here we go. You know what I've got to do, of course, right? We got to set.
Thank you, Felons.
Yeah. And I added an effects pedal here, so I got my 2 mics, a effects pedal. So it's gonna give me a little chorus and some reverb. So how's that? Good volume?
I was about to check yours because you've been a little low the whole night, but I can boost you for me right now.
Well, I'll turn things up here, man. How's that?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Right, I'll turn down that one, but turn up this one's. Okay, here we go. Some setting the stage, my friends. Ta-da.
Thank you so much.
Nice.
I needed some
Yeah,
music.
that was smooth.
Sweet. Yeah. Slowing things down. I'm working on just playing it through, Play another tune. I feel like playing this one in the same fashion, if I may.
Thank you.
One more?
Of course. Please.
Because we often turn another page once in a while.
Choo
That's beautiful. I
choo.
love how you are playing. I like the slow. I think that I return slow too from the jungle. I think we are looking for organic times. We are looking to enjoy what we play. I think that's a good search. Thank you for the music. Thank you for existing, guys. Times
Yeah.
times
Likewise.
are tough times, but I
Mm-hmm.
think we are good people that knows how to enjoy the party in the good swings and the bad swings, and I
Totally.
think that we 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 made a lot of great seeds that will sprout from this journey thanks to you guys basically. um, I want also to share that I think I went up into artisan funding. I don't know what is the next
Oh,
step.
great.
I'm just
Check,
sharing the
yeah.
project.
How's it,
So
how did it do? I tried to give like
looks
all
like
of my
in
votes,
20
I think.
I think that in 21 days from now there will be a process where you can buy an artifact from me that I don't know which one
Ooh,
is. I
ooh,
don't know what is. But
dude.
that artifact you buy, it's basically the quadratic funding support I will be getting matched up. So looks like the
Sounds cool.
artifact you will buy. Looks like the artifact you will buy is basically this picture of me. I don't know. It's basically this
Where?
picture.
Drop the link. Is this the
No
uh,
way.
oh that one
That's off. That's awesome. That's awesome.
artifact? Yeah.
Offline.
yeah,
It should
looks
say on
looks
chain
like it
under
cost
that.
looks like it cost $25.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't know that was the one, and I don't know how this work. I don't know about artisan. But okay, I'm just returning to the jungle. I have to start
And then
working by
like
tomorrow. Oh
now,
my god.
so now like my artisan, my all the points that were tied to my crypto blockchain projects, like my artisan, it's connect through your X account. So all that shit will be lost from me basically. I'll have to start again.
Oh man.
Oh right.
That's
Some of
not
them,
right.
because a lot of them don't have like a email login or a wallet login. It should just always be a wallet. It should never. Social should be an option, but it should never be the only thing. And quite a few are like
Yeah.
just like we use your X account. That's easy. And then it's like, well, but X is super centralized and has random rules where if your account gets botted because people are impersonating you, they close the original account that's been there for fucking 6 years or whatever too. Like that doesn't work.
This is not cool.
Fucks up
No.
people's whole jams, man.
Wow.
But on a good note, we have, like Jose was saying, planted so many, you know, seeds that have prospered in different ways here and there, and connects that it's not the end of the world. It's just like a super happenstance that should be.
We've lost you.
Uh, we should
Come back. Come back,
I
Ethan.
lost
back,
you.
back, back. Am I back, back,
Yes,
back?
you are back.
Oh yeah. Well, like they say, build back better. That's what we need for our players.
Yes. Keep the faith. People will come back. Look after you. They will find you.
That's very cool though, and I'm excited to hear and see how that moves forward with the Artisan Fund thing. I'm glad that you got into this round. I saw I would go and click the button. There wasn't a give all votes button. So I was talking about this while you were in the jungle out of Page Dow Spaces before they took away my X account. And I put your tweet up in the banner and reminded people, oh hey, this is out in the jungle, but it's the last couple of days for his artisan thing. And Indefatigable, Robbie said he had went over and clicked on the votes, but it was like he was busy and it was like, oh man, this is so incredible. And for some like genius coder like him to know how easy it is to put an API that's just like dump all my votes here. He was like, oh, I couldn't. I like clicked it like as many times as I could. But I went back time after time and I'd do like a couple hundred clicks and then go back a couple days later and throw a few hundred down. But each time I would see you go from like level 99 to then level 93, or like, you know, within a few days I was seeing that you were getting higher up the ranks.
Indeed, and I definitely stuffed you know, many as my index finger could do as well. I think I could probably put some more. Is the voting still open?
No, well, I think this round is closed, but he's progressing to the next round.
Right.
And now there's this
Got it. Yeah.
edition
Registration for the
NFT.
yeah. And I'm registered. Go figure.
I'll have to figure out what X account I'm gonna like use to move forward with this stuff. There's probably no way to like recovery or like artisan.
I came in via email address, dude.
Did you? Because I
Yeah.
just went and it brought me to the sign in, but it was log in with your Twitter. Oh,
Go to the
your
main
login.
artisan site. But
Okay,
you
great.
might
So maybe
not-
I can.
You might not line up.
try.
And
Oh yeah, okay. It'll send a link to my it'll send a link to my email.
email. Yep.
Sweet.
And if it's the same email address as your as what
Yeah,
you used for,
it's
it could
it's
line up, bro.
there it is.
Tell us.
The link came through. We'll see if it'll bring me in.
Is it your
Should.
account? So
Okay,
it's
there it is. Yeah, it's
in?
funny though, because it says easy in crypto and it has my X like stuff.
Right. You'll have to just change your profile.
Yeah, but it's funny. Okay, but let's see. It didn't take me to the link I wanted. Earn points. No, oh wait, no, I'm not going to. Okay, now I'm it says registered, I think already. So. Oh, dude, you got to number 45. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Top
45.
550. Your number 45. It says curated. And yeah, when I was doing my last votes, it was like you were at like when I started my last couple hundred, it was like 60. No, yeah, it was like in the low 60s, and I think it like was like 58 or 59 or something. And then there was like 2 more days left, and I did talk about it on the spaces there. I see it. Yeah, 75 buyers registered. Sales starts in
Thank you
20
so
days.
much, guys. I still feel like, oh my god, I have to start doing stuff again. And it's not like I was not doing stuff, but the jungle.
Well, no, you
times
were
are
in the
so
jungle, yeah.
different.
And I would say don't rush
Yeah,
too
I'm just
hard
checking-
back in. Take your
Yeah.
time, like reconnecting,
get-
or you might get a little burnt. You know,
Yeah. Do your laundry first.
the culture shock will be incredible.
Yeah. Beautiful advice. Yeah, I need to do a lot of things actually.
Sleep.
I don't know
Yeah.
even where to start. I'm going to sleep. That's a
Yeah,
great
sleep
advice
first.
too, guys.
Sleep
Oh my God.
first.
You are so
Happy
wise.
Monday.
You are so wise. See you
Sleep in
soon.
clean sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and
Adiwa.
whipsy.
Oh, clean
Adiwa.
sheets. Oh my god, a bed.
I
Oh
bet.
my god.
A bed.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
See ya.
Nice. Nice. See
Take
ya.
care.
See ya.
Say hi to Vanessa for
See
us.
Thank you
ya.
for existing.
Good night.
See ya.
Yeah, but
Adiwa.
it's already follow with your advice.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm
Nice.
sure. That's what my
All
wife
right.
does too, way before I even know. Anyways, good night, guys.
All right. See you next
Happy-
Monday.
Gracias,
Easy.
chicos, descansen, gracias.
Take
Hit the
it
corner
easy.
another time.
Peace.
Good night.